This is from Rumi, the guest house. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected guest. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delights. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for what comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. I need to pull this up higher. Thank you, that's good. So as I began thinking back in early December about what I would like to be different in my life in the coming year, I started to feel that I was indeed a guest house. Old sorrows, a depression, a meanness, a dark thought, all these appeared at my door and crossed the threshold of my heart space. I was reminded then of Rumi's poem and asked each guest what they could teach me or what they could help me release. Today, we may be allowing these guests to be clearing you out for some new delights. I wonder if any of you had any sort of similar experience, any kind of epiphany, any kind of awakening as you thought about the things you were going to release. I bet you did. I bet you did. The year we've known as 2019 is about to take a bow and exit stage left. But waiting in the wings is the baby new year, the one we will call 2020. This closing and opening also includes, as Anne pointed out, and our singers pointed out, another closing and opening, the end of one decade and the opening of another. I started counting how many decades I had closed and opened. It was most depressing. You know, I thought if we go to the eye doctor and we have our eyes examined and he says, your vision is 20/20, then you know that your vision is pretty dang near perfect. So I thought about that. My mind gets carried away sometimes with these little connections. So I was thinking about 2020 vision and the vision for the coming year of 2020. So our focus today is going to be looking ahead with clear 2020 vision and setting a desire for the coming year, year number 2020. In the beginning, there was desire, which was the first seed of mind. Sages, having meditated in their hearts, had discovered by their wisdom the connection of the existent with the non-existent. Connection with the existent with the non-existent. The hymn of creation in the Rig Veda. There are some important steps to ensure that the things you desire have an uncluttered path to manifestation. And somehow over the course of time, I've left off some of these important steps, and now I'm beginning to see why they are important. So we're going to consider these things: desire, intention, attention, and detachment. At the level of the quantum field, there's nothing other than energy and information. The quantum field is just another name for the field of pure consciousness or pure potentiality. When broken down to their essential elements, the whole of the universe is simply movement of energy and information. Your body is not separate from the body of the universe. Your body is not separate from the body of the universe. Because at the quantum mechanical level, there are no well-defined edges. It's not, I stop here, you begin here. You're actually more like a wiggle, a wave, a fluctuation, a convolution, a whirlpool, a localized disturbance in the larger quantum field. The larger quantum field, the universe, is your body, your extended body. So we can consciously change the information content of our own quantum mechanical body, and therefore influence the energy and informational content of your extended body, your environment, your world. And you can cause things to manifest in that extended body. First comes desire, so we're going to talk about four things. First comes desire. But for the desire to be enlivened or set in motion, two important qualities are necessary to bring about the desire for change in your extended body. Those qualities are attention and attention. Attention energizes, and intention transforms. Whatever you put your attention on will grow stronger in your life. Whatever you put your attention on will grow stronger in your life. Whatever you take your attention away from will wither, disintegrate, and disappear. The quality of the intention on the object of intention, the quality of the intention on the object of the attention will orchestrate an infinity of space-time events to bring about the outcome intended, provided, that is, they are not in conflict with other spiritual laws. Do those statements generate any thoughts in you? The things you put your attention on grow, thrive. Things you put your attention, do not put your attention on, will wither and die. Go away. As I've thought about desires for change I wish to bring about in my life, I first tune into the strong desire speaking the loudest to me. Now, often I will go into a meditation with the question, how or what do I desire to change? The answer may not be immediately clear, but it will arrive. It will arrive as long as I don't allow my need to control the outcome to interrupt the process. That's where I've missed the mark so many times. I've often found that every year I'm putting the same intention into the fire and letting it go. Okay, that's all I need to do. No. I can't try to influence the way in which that intention manifests. It's called surrendering. It's called trusting. It's allowing. The universe knows what it's doing. far more than we do. And so that is a really important step. Because desire alone is weak. Intention is the real power behind desires. Because intention is desire without attachment to the outcome. And for most of us, a desire comes with an attachment to a specific future outcome. So once we've acknowledged a strong desire and combined our intention with that desire, we place our attention on it. But we do this without attachment to the hows, whens, wheres, and other tempting control techniques that we often succumb to. We detach, surrender, trust, and remain grounded in the present. Another key factor, remaining grounded in the present. And it's no fair peeping into an imaginary future and making up the way in which we want to have this desire manifest. Detachment is the catalyst that will set things in motion. You've got to let go. Throughout this process, we must remain established in the awareness of our true self, our spirit, our connection to the infinite field of pure potentiality. Because that's where the magical transformation occurs. When I write down my desires, coupled with intentions, I like to put them in an affirmative form. For example, I am no longer judgmental of others. But then I take it to another level. I visualize clearing judgment from my behaviors would open space up for new things, better things. What would I like to call into that available space? So I could, in my list, make two columns. On one side I have release, and the other attract. Because the way I see the universe and the world operating, there's always a constant flow. You can't stop that. It's a expanding, a contracting. So to me, there's something missing if I don't allow the calling in of some new and better manifestation to fill the empty space. You may have other notions. You may have other techniques that you've used in doing this release. So if I wish to call in a better quality, I might say on my release column, I am no longer judgmental of others. In the attraction column, I might say I honor the divinity in every person I encounter. So before we get down to the nitty-gritty here of committing our intentions to the universe, let's take just a few minutes in case you might have some comments or questions or anything you'd like to add to our thoughts this morning. I thought we would have a little bit more time for discussion, but I don't want to take time away from the actual finale. The finale of the year, the finale of the decade, and the welcoming, opening space for the new year.
Round and round the earth is turning, turning always into morning, and from morning into night. Round and round the earth is turning, turning always into morning, and from morning into night. Round and round the earth is turning, turning always